Good morning, my beautiful soul tribe. This is your girl, Miss Keita Love to you. I had woke up this morning, just came back from brushing my teeth. Gotta get my breath in order before I start talking. I hope you guys and ladies have been having a great week so far, and that your weekend was good. Excuse my my voice, because when first thing in the morning you still got to get your voice together, but I don't know, I just wanted to come on here at this moment um two things. One, to let you guys know that I will be back with some content. I am preparing something, and I will have guests on my podcast, so stay tuned for that. You can also still become one of my Patreon members if you like. I think I'm going to leave that in the description below, that information, if you'd like to be a member of my Patreon. But I wanted to come on here this morning because it was something that really, really was kind of in my spirit. And it's about this upcoming election. Now, I'm all for voting. I'm all for, our civil rights. I'm all for that. But over the years, I've seen changes in how our political views have been manipulated. Okay. And again, this is my opinion, so please don't come under with your different how can I say, please don't comment to argue, because one thing I'm not going to do is argue. Okay. But I would like to know your opinion about this election. I'm going to go off what I know. Okay. Because I'm in the trenches behind a lot of things when it comes to understanding the way politics are ran. Now, I'm not going to get into that here. I'm just going to speak my opinion, my observation, and how I feel about this election. I'm going to tell you guys that if you were to do your research and you go back to when the first political campaign via television was in 1960 with President Kennedy and Richard Nixon. And I want y'all to, it's on YouTube. I would like for my people to please stop going off what everybody else is telling you and do your own research. This year's election was nothing but a shit show. Okay. It was very unprofessional. Very, to me, thrown in our faces. It's like we didn't have a choice. They just threw Kamala there. Kamala, however you say her name. They didn't really give us enough time to even decide if we really want. It's like they were forcing it. It's like they said, here's your black female, here's your black woman, and we're going to put her here and y'all going to go ahead and vote. It was like nobody's going to question nothing. As long as she's black, we're not going to question anything. Because of the age that we're dealing with a lot of ignorance. We're dealing with a lot of people that can be easily swayed by the color of the skin. And I'm going to go as far as to say that I too was hoodwinked. back then when it came to Obama. Now, a lot of people don't want to, oh my God, they want to defend these black people, but they're not black. They're mixed. Okay. Kamala, whoever you want to call her name, she's mixed. Obama is mixed. He's not totally black. He doesn't have two black parents. They didn't come from North Philadelphia. They didn't come from our slums. They were middle class. Okay. Now, when Kamala speaks, she says absolutely nothing. And it's like, is my people really paying attention to the words that's coming out of this woman's mouth? Which is nothing. To me, she doesn't have the, how can I say, the willpower, the know-how, I'm going to say this, she cannot represent me. Because she's an airhead, y'all. Every time she's asked a question about policy and what is she going to do to change what's been going on now with the inflation, the economy, with the borders. We're not talking about women's rights as their abortions. And because, again, to me, they want to keep abortion legal so they can continue with other things that y'all don't know. I'm sorry, but this year's election is full of wicked vibes. Okay? It's making me feel as if black folk are being targeted and pressured to vote for any black face that they put in front of us because they knew Biden's health was declining. We've seen it right before our face before he ran. To me, why would they allow him to run? And then here's the other thing. Nobody's asking this question. If Trump has been such of a bad person and he's been doing all of this stuff, why is he allowed to run for president again? Nobody asks that question. And I'm not saying anything because I don't know these people personally. I just know what they're presenting in front of me when I watch them. I know that every time Trump is asked a question, he's given an answer that I can understand and I can go back and also do the research on. When you ask Kamala anything, she goes around the question and brings it back to what Trump didn't do, what being black in office, or what she did when she was district attorney. We're not asking you what you've done when you were district attorney. We're not asking you of your past. We're asking you what you have done since you've been in the vice president, Kamala, whatever your name is, okay? Kamala, I'm not sure because they say it two different ways. And this is no disrespect to her because I don't even know the lady. I don't know her. I don't know Trump. I just know what's being presented before me when both of them speaks. And as an intelligent black woman myself, if I know that I have a hand in certain things, then I can be clear about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to move when these when I'm asked the question about these particular policies. Kamala has not once said anything. She goes around the question, but it's like my people, black folk, they only see the skin color. She's dippy. What does she laugh about? When you ask her a question, she says, I need to hear what you're going to do, Kamala, when it pertains to black and brown skinned. I hear you say middle class. I never hear you say anything about low income when we have a lot of low income. She specifically says middle class. So where does that leave those that are low income, y'all? Those of us who struggle to make ends meet. Those of us that are homeless. Those of us that are squatting. Those of us that are addicted to opioids and all of those things that are out there. I've yet to hear her say anything about that. You leave me a comment below. You let me know your stance on this. Now, I don't need to hear anybody coming over here saying anything. Oh, so that means you're voting for Trump. No, you worry about who you're voting for. I'm giving you my opinion, and I'm giving you another way to question what they are putting before your face. Stop going off of because a person is black. Oh, because she's a woman. Personally, I don't think she's ready to be in a position to make decisions about us when she can't even tell us about if she's going to agree with the wall. Come on now. At least Trump is straightforward with him, with who he is. See, he's not hiding like she is. What are you hiding, Kamala? What are you hiding? What are you hiding? You give me Jezebel vibes. And again, this has nothing to do with her skin color. But watch how she speaks. I see her soul, and it don't look good. Now, am I saying he's better? He has his ways too, because any rich person is not in touch with minorities, because really, he was never poor before. So I'm not saying that he's better, but what I am saying is, stop being hoodwinked. Stop being bamboozled. We had that 8 years with Obama. And personally, he did nothing for me. He did nothing for me. He did nothing for us. He signed the same sex marriage, okay? And there were a lot of police brutality during his term. Okay? Look at the people that died when he was in office, y'all. And their lives were not justified. Like, pay attention. You let me know what your opinion is. Not trying to persuade me anything about her being black and her grandfather and all this. I don't want to hear that, because that's something, again, it's a narrative. If you don't go on the website of the White House and see and read in full detail, you can't tell me anything, because you don't even know policy. Don't tell me because she's the better half and she's black and she understands, and don't tell me that. Leave me a comment and, just let me know what your opinion is, okay? This your girl, Miss Keita. Love to you, and stay tuned. And again, I thank you for those that support me, for those that will in the future. Sending you so much love. Until the next time. Peace.